back to the channel. So today I decided to make something that my sibling used to make when we were kids, and it's been a very long time since I've had this, and I've been craving to have this. It doesn't have like a specific name or anything, but it has so many of my childhood memories attached to it, and I'll just tell you guys all the ingredients and how to make it as we go along the way. And yeah, I hope you like this dish. So first of all, we're going to add in a few biscuit crumbs. I'm taking the Memories tea biscuits, and I've actually crushed them with a heavy spoon, but like I made crumbs out of it, but I've not made it like a powder. So you don't need like really big crumbs, and at the same time you don't need like really powdery crumbs though, okay? So let me just get this open. So I'm just gonna add it in this bowl. You don't need like such big crumbs also. I'm going to have to crush them with my hands. I use like one whole packet. You can also add in about a packet or two. And my sister, I don't know if she saw this recipe somewhere, but there's like no proper measurement of anything, so it's just literally based on my memory and my just taste. But I'll try to kind of make it a little, I'll try to put in like standard measurements if I do remember. And yes. Now you're actually supposed to add in like about like a teaspoon of coffee, but I didn't really have a lot, so I think I'm just gonna add what I do have. Like that's about how much I have. So I'm gonna add in the bag like look at this much. This is going to have like a nice strong coffee flavor. So if I think that the coffee is less, I'll add more. Okay. Then I'm just going to add a little bit of cocoa powder to give that little chocolatey taste. Then a splash of milk, and okay, and then I'm just gonna mix up everything, and then I'm going to add in my condensed milk. I feel like these are like the powder. This is like the powder from the, I'll zoom in kind of. Yep. You see this powder? It's like from the bottom of the packet. So I didn't remember this, but if you want, you can remove that out or leave it in the packet. You don't have to put that in. I'm just gonna mix up everything. I can already smell my childhood. Now the condensed milk quantity has to be literally on your sweetness level. Some people like it really sweet, some people don't like it sweet. I like it more on the sweet level, where if I have a piece of it, I feel like having another piece. I don't feel like chugging a glass of milk. I mean, I like that amount of sweetness. So I'm adding the sweet condensed milk. I'm adding like a spoonful at first. I love condensed milk. As a child, I've used to beg my mom to let me have condensed milk straight out of the can. I'm gonna add in about 3 tablespoons first, and then I'm going to start adding more as I start mixing it up. It has to become like a roll. So for the roll to take place, you need to add in about that much condensed milk. If you don't understand what I'm saying, you can just skip to the end of the video and understand what I'm talking about when I show you guys the final look of this. Obviously, I'm going to have to add more. This is nowhere close to what I wanted. But you should taste it along the way so that you know if you want to add in more coffee or cocoa powder to balance out the flavors. Oh no, if I'm cooking and something doesn't fall out of the bowl, that is not me cooking. So I added in 3 more tablespoons along with 1 tablespoon that went straight in my mouth. And I'm just going to, oh my god. Now that I've tasted this, I feel like I now remember that my sibling used to add in coffee water rather than like direct coffee granules, because the moment the coffee comes in your mouth, it's like really bitter. So now this has started to come together, so I think I just need to add in a few more spoons and see if that's enough, because this has started to stick together, but just needs a little bit more binding. So I added in about 3 more spoons, and that is how it should be, like a paste-like consistency. Like when I pick it up, it's all like sticky to each other like marshmallow. So that is how it should be. And I'm gonna taste it. If I feel like it needs a little bit more sweetness, I'll add maybe half a tablespoon just for taste. Otherwise, I'll add in like a splash of milk. I should warn you guys that I remember now that oh my god, we used to add like a spoonful or 2 of coffee water rather than just coffee granules. I don't have a problem with the coffee coming in my mouth, but it's a little bitter even for me. So if you don't want that, you should avoid that. Just add in coffee water and let your biscuits soak in that, because it's been so many years since I've made this. I kind of messed up. I'm just going to, okay, this is perfect now. I'm just going to show you guys the next step. With a cling wrap, I just covered the remaining condensed milk. Take a long aluminum that you can kind of fold into a roll and kind of just start dropping your batter in like lengthwise, okay? So we're gonna have to cut like rolls of it. Okay. I'm just going to roll out. And I'm just going to then shut this part closed, and I'm going to shut this part closed. Ta-da! And this goes in the freezer for about 7 to 8 hours or just overnight. Make sure you keep it like straight, because if you don't, then it's going to form like a weird shape. I'm like really hungry, and I made some hot dogs for myself, and I wrapped one hot dog in a tortilla, and I actually forgot I was cooking them, and my dad was thankful in the kitchen, so he saved them from getting like too burned. But yeah, I'm eating hot dogs after like a year and a half. I'm going to show you is like totally optional, but I feel like I wanted to do this because I used to add this one ingredient in the batter rather than from top, but off style to it. Let me just open this without tearing it. If you hear this like voice in the background, it's the exhaust. My dad was doing something in the kitchen, and because of that, we needed to switch on the exhaust. This was in the fridge for about 6 hours now, I think. Like 6.5 or 5.5 hours. Freezer, sorry, not in the fridge. So yeah, now that is it. Now, take some shredded coconut. This is like literally shredded coconut, and I'm gonna kind of just sprinkle it up like on the entire raw. I just realized that this is not a roll. I could not form a roll, so it's more like a rectangle. But yeah, so just sprinkle it that much. It's like a garnish. If you like a taste of coconut, you can add in more, but I think that's enough. I'm gonna wrap this up and put this in the freezer for another 2 to 3 hours, and then I'll show you guys the final product. I had this, it was delicious. It was just how I imagined it to be. My mom and dad both loved it, but I need to tell you guys 1 or 2 points about it. Is that as long as it's in the freezer, it's like intact, but if it stays out of the fridge for a very long time, because of the consistency of the condensed milk, it is going to become kind of liquid and start melting in your plate. So that is one thing that you need to take care of. Don't leave it outside the freezer for very long. The coffee granules are not even coming in my mouth, and because of the extra shredded coconut and the condensed milk, it's delicious. Kidding, I made this like last night at 12, and right now it's almost 3 a.m. That is the next day, and I finished this much. Like this much is left for today. Oh my god, this is ridiculous. That is how it looks, the final reveal of it. I had some problem cutting it, but yeah, it's like a biscuit. So I'm so excited. It's been in the freezer for about like 12 hours now because I had some work, I couldn't take it out. But it's almost evening now. Yes, I'm gonna have this now with a cup of coffee and I'll let you know the taste of it. But look at it, so excited. The smell is so tempting. The smell is absolutely tempting. I love the way it's binded. It's amazing. You should remove the foil from both of it. It's not have this with coffee or tea. It's delicious and doesn't have. Looks good. This is literally, I think, the fourth plate, I think, of today. So I just cut it up and show you guys how it cuts and looks. And I think this is it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I will hopefully meet you guys in the next video. Bye, stay safe and take care.